I was about to say it is going to be a two-man show again, and I was going to just fall further into depression, but Mr. Prospector has saved the day.
Well, I'm trying to get my ring light to work, and it's not working. So
So we got a little Patrick After Dark right now.
we do.
But everybody, welcome to today's episode of Break Even Sports. I am your host, Virgil, the producer, and I am here with Donnie and Patrick. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
I'm doing all right. Happy to be on with you guys.
I'm glad you're here. My day started out pretty interesting. Of course, you saw apparently after storms last night, I drove through a blizzard that just lasted about 2 hours, and then after that, it kind of cleared up, and I felt like nothing even happened. So weather, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So welcome to Break Even Sports. This is the show where we talk about some of the sports that we do not discuss on the main DAC show. So a lot of soccer talk, FCS if we had any, F1. I'm sure we'll have some other talk going on. Maybe we'll get into some NIT because that is the official tournament of the Break Even Sports talk, not the NCAA one, just the NIT.
Absolutely. We talked a little bit at NIT this morning because of the few teams that are in there from the Carolinas.
So did you talk about the Davidson one?
We did.
Okay, we're going to talk about that one again. So
okay.
Because there's a certain match.
We barely just, I mean, we just basically mentioned the teams that are in the NIT. We didn't get into it too much.
Because I'm pretty sure if you look at the bracket, there's a certain possible matchup that might happen that if it does happen, may make Patrick's head explode.
Uh-oh. And what would that be?
Well, we'll save that one. We'll save that and we'll get to that. But
Yeah,
Donnie, if you look at the NIT bracket, you can probably guess the second round matchup that would do it.
Okay. And there was actually one in the NCAA women's Division I bracket too that I think the guys that set up the brackets did on purpose.
I am very upset they did not do Miami of Florida versus Miami of Ohio. It was right there.
Miami Derby.
Yeah, Miami Derby. I thought they were going to get that one. It just did not work out.
Yeah.
But before we get into, we're going to start with soccer talk as normal. We're not going to, we have some Champions League stuff to talk about. We got some Premier League stuff to talk about. We may delve into the championship a little bit, but I want to start, and Patrick, I'm going to have you talk because it's about your club. Chelsea given some penalties over financial fair play.
Yeah. A lot of that a lot of it could have been a lot worse because this was actually self-reported. So this actually happened under the previous ownership with Roman Abramovich, but it's a significant penalty, and let's just hope that this is the end of it. I mean, I find it interesting that Chelsea's had about three investigations completed before Man City's even had one completed, but that's just me. So just like my just like the dark cloud that I look like I'm in right now, there's a dark cloud over Chelsea Football Club.
Do you think that if it wasn't,
but it's also good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you think if it wasn't self-reported, it would have led to point reduction?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
I think it would have. In fact, they said. I think the Premier League actually said it would have been double the fine as well. I think the fine would have been over £20 million rather than the 10.75 million pounds that it is now. And they have a 1 year academy transfer ban, and then
they've got a
2 windows suspended first team player transfer ban, which means essentially, from what I understand, they can still sign players as long as they stay within the rules. If they break the rules again, then that transfer ban goes into immediate effect.
Yeah. So there's a 1 year transfer ban and a 9-month academy ban. Now, I'm not exactly sure what I guess an academy transfer ban is just transferring between different academies, probably, but I never really heard that one.
Which that might hurt this ownership more than anything, considering how much they love, signing 18 and 16, 17, 18, and 19-year-olds. Obviously, they like joining him for their first team, but guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will see. Now, of course, yeah, I guess Man City is really the big one that people are kind of waiting for, if it's ever going to come or not.
Well, I mean, I thought it was going to happen about 18 months ago, and it's still as of now unresolved. So I guess we'll see what happens. But and Donnie, for context, there's you may already know about this, but with Man City, they've been under investigation for going back. Is it 10 years, Virgil, or even longer? Ever since the beginning of the ownership?
I want to say 15, but 10 I will say 10 for conservative sake.
Yeah, well, so
is there statute of limitations on this stuff? I mean, come on.
you would think, but there's allegations of wrongdoing from Man City regarding financial improprieties and some other things going back as far as I think 2015 or somewhere around there. And they've talked about punishments being that they go to the bottom of the football league type thing. I don't think that's actually going to happen, but we'll see what happens.
Now, see, if you were funding them, Donnie, this would not be an issue.
Absolutely. I wouldn't allow this kind of stuff to happen under my watch.
Well, the thing is, even with all your money, there's still the financial fair play that you have to follow. So
sure. Well, just want to tell Polly, hey, I'm sure Eric is rooting for Italy. He has been, so I don't think he's going to be hoping Venezuela wins. But tune in tomorrow night. We'll be more into the WSBC tournament tomorrow night because the championship will be played. We'll know who's in it, and we'll cover a lot of this past weekend's games there as well, rather than tonight.
Isn't the final tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll definitely be. Well, some of us will be watching it during that. Others will be watching their NIT game.
Right.
So we had a pretty big week in soccer this week. We had Champions League games, the first leg of the quarterfinals or the round of 16, and then of course we had some Premier League games too to go over. Let's go ahead and just jump into Champions League for a minute. So first off, Liverpool goes to Turkey and loses 1-0 to Galatasaray. Newcastle and Barcelona ends in a 1-1 draw, so that really benefits Barcelona there. And then probably the first notable game to talk about, Atletico Madrid beating Tottenham 5-2. Donnie, I don't know if you watched any of this game or saw the commentary, but the Tottenham started a new goalkeeper. I forgot the guy's name. Was it Kinski?
Kinski,
thank you. Started Kinski, and in the span of 20 minutes, he has given up 3 goals. 2 of them were by slips that he did. The second goal, I don't really blame him for, but still, it's going to happen. And then he was subbed off in the first 20 minutes, which is that they bring in their main goalie, and then they give up a goal literally 3 minutes after that.
Vicario.
So, what was that?
Vicario,
yeah. So it's always such a terrible precedent to do something like that, to remove somebody after 20 minutes. Because it makes the manager look bad because so that you can't trust this player that you're going with them. And then it also ruins confidence in a player like that because he's still a young player. He still has his whole career in front of him. And a move like that really can affect somebody. So, Donnie, we did talk about, was Tottenham going to play a lesser side against Madrid? And it looks like they were. But also at that point, and Patrick, is kind of more for you, how would you have handled that situation with the goalie? Because, like I said, you can blame him for 2 of them, but I don't feel like it was completely all his doing.
I would not be taking him off 17 minutes into a match. That to me seemed overly harsh, especially with the way the modern player takes to things. I don't think that was the right move, but that's just me. I haven't seen anyone that found it to be a great move. But yeah, I mean, I think that does nothing for his for his mentality. And you could see a lot of the players disagreed with it as well. And maybe at halftime, but not 17 minutes in.
Halftime would have made more sense.
Maybe halftime when you say you have a chance to talk to him and you don't embarrass him, right in the, coming off the pitch, because very rarely do you ever see a goalkeeper coming off the pitch unless they're injured or there's like a late game tactical move on a very rare occasion, or for like a shootout.
Right.
But just going 17 minutes in, I don't know what Tudor was thinking. That's just me.
Well, clearly he wasn't. So that's kind of the main problem with itself. So, they're down 5-2 on aggregate. So, they could pull off a 3, 4-0. Well, no, they can't. Who am I talking about? But it's one of those things we got to keep an eye on to see how they do there. So, Donnie, that's one of your teams that did very well.
Yeah, about the only one
did even better. And I'm not gonna lie,
they did in this, but they're still drawing on the weekend. It's like, ugh. But anyway,
considering the circumstances in that game, the Bundesliga game, we will get to that one. I think you should be happy with that point.
Sure. I mean, I'm not going to complain at this point with either of these two teams, the Bundesliga or the La Liga team, because they're both sitting okay right now. So I can't really complain. I wish I'd been able to watch some of this. I have not been able to watch any of these matches in the past week. It's just been nuts.
Yeah, like I said, it's hard to keep up with a lot of them. Sometimes I have to go back and watch highlights for some of these, like the Bayern Leverkusen one that we'll talk about later. Yeah. I watched highlights because there were other games I was watching, so It makes sense. But Champions League game, Bayern Munich going to Atalanta and beat them 6-1, and this was with Kane on the bench, so they were not even playing, one of their best players up there. That's an impressive route for them. And Atalanta, I wouldn't say is a scrub team by any means. I mean, they got to where they did because they're good, but they completely got destroyed in this game.
Yeah, and a lot of it, I mean, just looking at the layout of the scoring, I mean, 3 of the scores, or excuse me, 4. No, 3. Yeah, okay. So 3 in the first half, 3 in the second half. I was thinking there were 4 in the second half, but I just realized the timing on that. But at least they got 2 goals, but everybody, I mean, we spread it out. So I mean, that's just a good overall match. So look ahead to who do we have in the second leg coming up next week?
It's Atalanta. You just play them.
Oh, that's right. We got to play them. That's right. I forgot. We played the same team twice, just back and yeah. So we got them. So and that'll be at home.
Yes.
So hopefully that's not going to be a problem at all then.
If they lose that game, I will give you a freebie on the wheel of Bundesliga teams to change your team. Because man, the amount of that's just like that's like a perpetual joke I can just do over and over again and find something new with it every single time. Do I think it's going to happen? No, of course not. I think they may lose that game because who knows what kind of side they're going to play. They may play a lesser side the rest of some of their players. I mean, at that point I would, but we'll see on that.
Yeah, maybe Harry will play in that game and he'll get his customary and maybe an extra.
Yeah. Bayer Leverkusen and Arsenal tied 1-1. A pretty good matchup there to watch. PSG beat Chelsea 5-2. Kind of a very misleading game because it was 2-2 until probably the 75th minute, and then PSG just kind of opened up with player getting a brace in the 86th and 94th minute, got his 2 goals, or 94 minutes got his 2 goals there. So I wouldn't say PSG kind of ran away with that. They kind of struggled with that one. But when Patrick comes back, we'll ask his opinion on that game. So we've got Bodo Glimt beating Sporting Portugal 3-0. And then Real Madrid beating Man City 3-0. So
actually, Valverde beat Man City 3-0.
This is true. Federico Valverde beat them 3-0. And beat them
the rest of the
3-0.
guys were just running around helping him.
Yeah, beat them 3-0 in the first half. So they were just kind of ready there.
Yeah.
So we do, before we hop into the Premier League, though, we do need to talk about another game. I don't know if you saw this or not. We need to hop into the Conference League for a minute.
Okay.
Because we have to talk about Crystal Palace. Let me find their score for that game because I just remembered they played. I do not know what it is with teams from Cyprus, but Crystal Palace and AEK Larnaca tied 0-0 at Selhurst. So,
Hey guys, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Did you move?
I did. I had to move to a place where I could have at least a little bit more light. I don't have my ring light, so apologies to our viewers, but some may prefer that I would have preferred the old location so they don't have to see my face. But yeah. Ed, does this sound okay? I don't even know.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I will stop interrupting. You go right ahead, Virgil. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad you're back because we talked about PSG and Chelsea, and I wanted your thoughts on that one because I felt that 5-2 scoreline is a little disingenuous to how Chelsea actually played in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for about 72 minutes or so, 75 minutes, it was an even game. And then for the last 15, 20 minutes or so, Chelsea just capitulated. It's yet another example of a lack of discipline. There's on the field errors too, which errors on the pitch that I don't care what manager you are, there's not a lot you can do about that. Although I don't agree with Liam Rossini starting Philip Jurgensen in that game anyway. I never thought I'd see the day where I was defending Robert Sanchez, who's Chelsea's other goalkeeper. But yeah, Philip Jurgensen, I don't know. I don't blame him for the loss. He's not the only reason you win and lose as a team, but I was very upset about it. And if Chelsea wants to play with the big boys, they have to learn how to keep leads. I mean, you've got to know how to manage games in the Champions League. That's the only way you win a competition like that. And right now, they are not very good at managing games. They have a lack of discipline, as evidenced by all the red cards that you've seen this season. And they've got to learn to do what a Bayern Munich knows how to do, which is manage a game. And that's what separates the good team, the okay teams from the great teams. Is not only is it the talent, but it's also the discipline to see out games, because you're not going to have many blowouts in the Champions League most years. Not everything's going to be like an Inter PSG final last year. Generally, when you get to this stage of a competition, it's those small little moments that change games. And when Chelsea made mistakes, a good team like PSG punished them for it.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good thoughts on that one. Like I said, that was kind of my opinion watching that for sure. I thought, because I think there were times where I thought Chelsea was the better team at some point. And
yeah,
honestly, even going back to Stamford Bridge, I'm not going to say that game is completely out of.
I'm pretty resigned to the fact that it's done, but you never know. I mean, there's been years that I thought Chelsea was done against Napoli the year they won the Champions League, and look at what happened. So
right.
It's never really truly over till it's over, but I do not hold out a lot of faith that I'm going to be seeing a different result.
I give them a puncher's chance. I will go with that, or a kicker's chance in this context.
That'll work.
There is one Europa League game I need to talk about. Patrick, Panathinaikos beats Real Betis 1-0. That's at Panathinaikos. Not a bad first leg showing, in my opinion, just giving up 1 goal. But both teams, I don't know what it is with your teams and red cards, but both teams, they had a player sent off.
I'm going to blame Rafa Benitez for that one. Didn't see the game, have no proof that he had anything to do with it. That's just more out of convenience due to the Donnie, for context, Rafa Benitez is the manager of Panathinaikos, and he used to be the manager of Liverpool back in like what, the mid to late 2000s, and into the early teens. But he's coached at a lot of places, but Liverpool is one of the places that he's most well known for, and also he's coached a couple other places in England. But ironically, he coached at Chelsea too. But Chelsea supporters do not like him. For the most part, because he and Jose Mourinho had a big rivalry in the Champions League when he was still at Chelsea and Benitez was at Liverpool. So, as a Chelsea supporter, it's easy for me to just blame him.
It's funny thinking about if you go through the career of his teams, you can probably place them in 2 pools of players that like him, or clubs that like him and clubs that don't. And not even like some are just going to say it's okay. He's that polarizing of a person.
He lasted longer at Real Madrid than Alonso did, though, right?
Let's see. He was at Real Madrid for 2015, 2016. I think he did.
Was it like 4 months, 5 months?
We'll say 5 months. And then
he lands a short one.
And then he lands at Newcastle, and that was a good stint for him.
That was a great stint for him. And then, just to go to show that rivalry means nothing when looking for a job, there's 2 clubs I never thought he would manage: Chelsea and Everton. He's managed both of them.
Both of them. Yeah. I forgot about the Everton stint.
Well, I think that was under the Moshiri era. So that was, I don't remember how long that was, though. Maybe a year, 2 years?
2 years. 2 years.
Okay.
2 years.
Well,
2 years.
Well.
Mookie, thanks for coming back and joining us.
What's up, Mookie?
Let's see. Do I have anything else on this? Aston Villa did beat Lille 1-0 at Lille, but that's really it for Premier League side. So let's hop into the Premier League game. So quite a few interesting results we've had here, and I just realized those are not the right scores. That would have been a problem.
Yeah,
so okay.
If you have Chelsea winning, there's a problem.
Yeah, I definitely did not have did not see who had the Chelsea score up. So I'm assuming, because Mookie is bringing this up, that it was not Vanderbilt that won that game.
No. Man, Mookie, what's the name of that team? Was it Ole Miss?
Next thing I just pissed him off. Don't do that.
No. Congratulations, Mookie. Congratulations. The magic of Calipari continues.
I gotta say, I forgot who their first round game was. I need to see who their draw, what their path is. Got to go over that.
But wasn't that like a 5 against a 15 or something like that? I mean, it was like, I remember like Ole Miss was like.
Ole Miss was the 15th seed.
Oh, Mookie, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I had mispronounced that school.
Yeah, Ole Miss was the 15th seed in the tournament, and they ruined a lot of bubbles in that one.
They did. And the 5 was, and wasn't Arkansas 5?
I thought they were 4.
Well, they were a much higher seed. Either way, they were a much higher seed than that other school.
Right.
Seeds are just numbers. Go Paladins.
And also good.
Congratulations, Phil.
Yes, Furman was a 6th seed in their tournament. Yeah, make it all the way there. I mean, pretty good accomplishment. All right, so Premier League scores, Burnley and Bournemouth went 0-0. And as you can imagine, for someone who did watch this game, pretty much felt the same. Burnley had some shots at the end. Really thought they had a chance to. Because I mean, they're definitely playing. They're playing better. They're playing like a team that is fighting for survival. But
Right.
Bournemouth's just too stout on defense. Brighton beat Sunderland at the Stadium of Light 1-0. Newcastle do the impossible and win a road game in England. Or in London. That is not Tottenham. So, that's and then he leaves after we're going to talk about this. Newcastle beating Chelsea 1-0.
He's going to come back and be like, "Oh, y'all already covered that? Good. I don't need to talk about it."
Yeah.
I was listening.
You were listening. Okay. Tell us about your thoughts on Chelsea Newcastle 1-0.
Yeah.
Good. That's all we need to hear right there.
Yeah. That's about all I got to say.
You covered it all right there. Perfect statement.
I mean, credit to Newcastle for taking the one chance that they got.
Right.
One of the few chances that they got, because Chelsea didn't create a whole lot. So
you
it's
were right
a big.
The first time.
You what?
You were right the first time. The one chance that they had.
Yeah, but they took their chance, and Chelsea created literally nothing. So
I'm not great grandpa. Come on, Holsinger. I'm not that old.
Well, I've earned grandpa status with them. So
Anyway, sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No. Honestly, that's really it. I mean, Chelsea didn't play that well, and they didn't create a whole lot of chances. So that when you do that in the Premier League, that's what's going to happen. The part that's hard to take is that that's the first time Newcastle's won at Stamford Bridge in 14 years. Mm-hmm. So, but it also puts them back in the Europe conversation. But considering that no teams except for, dare I say it, Man United, Man City, and Arsenal seem to want to play in the Champions League next season in England. Villa, Liverpool, and Chelsea seem to be doing everything they can to miss out on the competition. And I think two of those three teams are just going to fall into it. So,
I mean, Aston Villa's been on a pretty big slide, but
yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
They should have had it wrapped up a while ago, but then, teams are slipping. I mean, no one's taking advantage of the other team slipping. That's the thing. It's like when one wins, they all seem to win, and when they lose, they all seem to lose.
Well, a team that's definitely not slipping is Arsenal winning 2-0 at Everton. And man, this was actually a good defensive battle by Everton, because Arsenal's goals came in the 89th minute and then the stoppage time with Max Dowman. What is he, 15, 16?
He's 16 now.
16 now.
Went coast to coast.
Went coast, getting subbed in, coast to coast and scoring. So they made a lot of big news here.
Yep.
I'm still not sold. Arsenal is. I mean, they're probably going to win. They're like 10 points up, but I'm not sold that this is one of the better Arsenal teams that we've seen through the years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they've got the advantage. And again, this is my first season really following this, but just my naive look is that everybody else has just like struggled, and they're the only ones that haven't really struggled. It's not that they're just dominating. It's just that, like with Chelsea or like some of the other teams we've been talking about, the teams you think that are going to win, they've had these little pockets of just blah, and so they're just sort of they're the one that's just sort of floated along without having those bad games. They're not having great ones or like you said, they're not great team, but they're just winning the games and sort of mulling along.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, Arsenal is under a lot of pressure for that game there, and it turned out fine. Especially after what I would say a subpar Champions League performance in the first leg of the game, only tying Leverkusen 1-1. So they're focused on trying to they're still in the FA Cup, so they have a possibility for a treble. So they're working towards that, but usually we'll see what happens there. Some teams hold on, some teams will fall apart. Now, Mr. Holsinger here, as mentioned about shooting his shot. And sometimes it doesn't work. But sometimes it did work in this situation because West Ham and Man City tied 1-1. West Ham only had one shot,
Yeah.
and that shot was on target, and that was a goal. So you can say that West Ham is pretty efficient with that one. They had to find a way. They were not going to get 3 points in this game. There was no way, especially the way that Man City has been playing, trying to get up to the trying to get up into winning the Premier League. But West Ham getting a point in this, that's actually a big win for them. So, yeah, you know, Donnie, like you said before about sometimes you just have to get the ball in there and see what happens. Well, that's what happens. So,
Exactly.
Did you happen to see that wicked picture of the Erling Haaland shot off of Mavropanos' face?
yes.
Mm-mm.
Now, ironically, Mavropanos is the one that took that one said shot and scored the goal.
Yeah.
I mean, his face was like folded in. I was like,
It was a brutal look. I'm surprised he didn't need a mat. I'm surprised he still played after that, honestly.
yeah, I was surprised that there were no broken facial bones or anything like that, because that was rough.
No. Speaking of broken facial bones, look at that. Everyone's back. I'm so happy. Everyone's
Hey
back.
guys,
Hi, Ed.
how's everybody doing today? Are you in a new location?
Me?
Yeah.
Well,
He's having lighting
I mean-
issues.
yeah, my ring light has stopped working, so
Stupid ring lights.
I know. Well, it's the dang remote control that I can't seem to fix. So,
I got you, homie.
yeah. So
Hey, yes I am. What's up, Mike? Feels good to be back. Feels good to be back.
this is about as good like a lighting as I'm going to have this week.
You're looking good, baby. You're looking good.
Well, some may say that they liked me better in the dark before because they didn't have to see my face.
Okay, Eric is not here today, so you're okay.
Eric wouldn't have said that. Eric would have said he just didn't want to see you, period.
Well, true.
True.
Okay, going back to scores, Crystal Palace and Leeds United in a 0-0 draw. Even Leeds having a red card. Boring ass game. Sorry, Donnie.
And again, I didn't get to see it, but I was looking at the information, kind of getting ready for the show tonight. I didn't realize we had a whole second half with an extra man and still couldn't at least get one. But that's 2 back-to-back 0-0 draws for us, and it's like, come on, guys, you can't score one. Come on, let's go.
Mike, I can't see your comments, previous guy, for some reason. They're not popping up, so I apologize.
Going on to Sunday games, Manchester United beat Aston Villa 3-1. So Villa's kind of on a downturn there, so don't know what to say about that. Nottingham Forest and Fulham tied 0-0. Also another less boring ass game compared to some of the other ones we saw. I feel like Fulham should have won that game. But bias aside, they had more. Nottingham Forest had more shots. They were pressuring a lot more, but Fulham could have easily gotten a counterattack in, honestly, the way they were playing loose, but just didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, where did that game go? There it goes. And then the nightcap game, Liverpool and Tottenham tie 1-1. And once again, Liverpool gives up a late goal, having the lead for most of the game. And if it wasn't for Richarlison, we'd be having a different conversation right now. We're still going to have that conversation because,
Hey, at least it's not a loss, right?
it's not a loss. It's not a loss.
Might
but
as well be.
Of course, Liverpool did not play Salah. They did not start Salah again, so that's still kind of an issue that in the club with that player. But
Is it because of injury or is it because there's just some disagreements?
to put it in a phrase that you can understand, he's just cheeks right now.
Oh, okay.
Like he's not the same Salah he's been before.
Yikes.
Yeah. which is a shame on, was he 500,000 pounds a week?
Yeah.
So he makes plenty of money, but I think that's a big point for Tottenham. And I mean, every point that they can get at this point is a huge point,
Anything to get
Yeah.
away from relegation.
especially when you had both West Ham and Nottingham Forest getting a point too. You had to do something to keep up with them.
Pace.
Yeah.
I never knew the level of vitriol, the level of hate, and just utmost cheering for one team to be relegated. I mean, there's a level of hate in English Premier League that I have never seen in any kind of sports. I mean, it is unreal. I've been watching some of these reels on Instagram, and then, you know, just so I can familiarize myself a little bit more English Premier League and La Liga. And I mean, there was a guy who goes like, listen, I'd rather lose the championship if it means that I get to see Tottenham get relegated.
Were you watching Rory Jennings by any chance?
I think it might have been.
Yeah. Because that sounds like a Chelsea supporter.
Oh, by the way,
Anytime, it doesn't matter which league it is, anytime you have a team that has historically been one of the richer clubs, one of the bigger clubs going down, everyone's going to pile in on it. Teams from the lower division will, teams from the upper division, teams from the division will, all of them will pile on it.
and it's happening.
Yeah. And I think Tottenham's only spent one season out of the first division since the 1950s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's why it's even more of a story. It'd be one thing if you were a yo-yo club, but what I mean by that is going from the championship up to the
Forest.
Premier League, back and forth. You know,
Force is a good
kind of
example.
up
Yeah.
and down. Forest or
Wolves.
Norwich City was one, or
Yeah.
Wolves. You know, like people like
Wolves.
that.
Yeah.
Wolves, but Tottenham
Yeah.
again.
It's there's some serious hate, bro. I'm like, holy
Well,
Jesus.
Tottenham's never been relegated from the Premier League,
No.
but even prior to the Premier League, only one season since the 1950s. I think it was like 51 that they spent outside of the top division, whether it's the Premier League or the first division or whatever they called it, whatever the top league was. Tottenham's always been there, barring one season.
I just don't know what to say. You know, it's
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
almost like if the Yankees had a Colorado Rockies season.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, it
This
is.
exactly
I mean, with the Yankees finishing with the worst record in baseball.
right.
I mean, that's-
Exactly. People would just lose their shit over that.
Well, yeah. But Aaron Boone still might keep his job. So
Well, there's guys
That
at
is true.
Tottenham
That
are
is
still going
true.
to get paid and keep their job too. So
Aaron Boone's like, sorry, suckers, I ain't going nowhere.
Aaron Boone's like, man, I'm Teflon, man.
yeah, I hope that's the problem with them to continue winning. Well, let's not get into baseball because I don't want to get on Aaron Boone. Ugh.
We'll save that for
My bad.
tomorrow.
Same that for
My bad.
another time, another month.
But yeah, it's just I've never seen anything like it in my life, and it's just like I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh my god! Like, I mean, this thing is like, there's some serious hate. Like I've never in my life seen anything like it, and it's hilarious to me.
And see, there's a few clubs that can happen to, but there's also a few clubs that people wish are not promoted, and we're going to talk about that soon after we go over this last game.
I
for
think I
Premier League.
have an idea on one.
Well, it may not be the same team you're thinking of, but we'll see. So, and then last Premier League game that happened today, Brentford and Wolves tie 2-2. Wolves get another point. They're 12 points from safety. So they've kind of been stringing together a lot of points recently. So
They're not playing like the worst team in the Premier League.
they're
recently.
not playing like the worst team in Premier League.
No,
And
that's Tottenham.
I will say, actually, I wouldn't even say that's Tottenham. I'd say that's Burnley. But I will say they're not. They may not finish at the bottom of the table by the end when all this is said and done.
I mean, they have every
Good for
chance
them.
to not.
So
I
do
think-
we have a?
I think they'll
Go ahead.
still get relegated, but go ahead.
I don't know. If they pulled this off, this would probably be the greatest of great escapes that I think I
Some
can think of.
Houdini type shit.
pretty much.
I don't know if you guys already talked about this, but and I wanted to ask the Chelsea supporter here: is it true about the news about Chelsea that just dropped earlier today?
Oh yeah, 100%
Okay.
true.
Okay,
100%
I wanted to make
true.
sure.
Yeah. What? And long story short, it could have been worse if they hadn't self-reported all of this. It happened under a previous ownership. So they self-reported all this, and it's taken this long for it to play out. So none of this was really a surprise. We just didn't know what the sanctions were going to be.
We're going to be.
And I mean, it's deserved. If that's what we did, we deserve it. You know, I mean, that's that. You know, you got to play by the rules. Everyone's got to play by the same rule book. We're not exceptions to the rule. I just wish that the rule book would be applied evenly to everybody else, because Chelsea always gets sanctions, but somehow your Real Madrids and your Barcelonas and other teams don't seem to get the same, for me, the same treatment that Chelsea does. But, you know.
Well, those assholes.
Well, no, some people are just going to say Chelsea deserves it, and they do deserve to be punished for wrongdoing if that's what's found to be true. I mean, they can go through the process, but they self-reported it, so that's an admission of guilt. And it was basically the ownership saying, this happened under previous ownership. We're just trying to get this all out in the open and try to move on.
Yeah, we're just trying to get it out. I'll get away from this.
I just wish they knew how to recruit.
Well, I just wish my team knew how to play, but that's
the vitriol that you're getting with your manager, there's a lot of Chelsea supporters that feel that way about Liam Rosenior, and he's only been in the job like 10 or 11 games.
Have they tried doing the transfer portal?
They're like Clemson. They don't believe in the transfer portal.
Because as soon as you try to use it, it bites you in the ass.
Yes, I knew you were gonna say something like along those lines.
I'll put it to you this way: when Brian Kelly used to use it when he was at LSU, he ended up with one of the worst secondaries in the nation. So, just because you can use the transfer portal doesn't mean it's going to help you.
Don't give him any ammo. Don't give him any ammo.
He should have used the portal to get a better accent.
No, he just did it to make hype videos for people that don't ultimately go to the school.
No.
By the way, I can't do this, guys. Donnie, you're freaking me the hell out right now with your hat and your glasses.
Well, the hat's on purpose, and Virgil knows why.
Yeah.
No, I know, but it's like you got the glasses on your head, and then your glasses, and it's just like it's throwing me off. I'm sorry. I'm going off on a tangent. I apologize.
It's almost like you gave me another reason why I don't think I like that hat.
Yeah, for you it would make sense.
Well, I applaud Virgil for not even bringing it up. He has held steadfast this entire show for 43 minutes.
I knew what you were doing.
I know you do.
The moment I saw that hat, I'm like, this motherfucker.
God, it feels good to be back on this show. Oh my God. It feels so good. I missed you guys.
I'll find something else. Give me a second here.
You don't have to. I'm just saying it just threw me off with all of that, He called you. That's messed up, though. Like calling you out like that, in your moment of suffering, as you're wearing, I'm sure, a couple of layers of clothing right tonight.
Here, I'll throw this one on. This is the one I wore this morning. I got this Saturday at the Checkers game.
Oh, is that?
I thought it was your Dame hat for a minute. It goes like, Prophet's not here. Why are you kowtowing to him?
True. I'm sorry. I derailed the show enough. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. So just going over the table right now, looking at the relegation side of it, West Ham is sitting at 18th with 29 points, tied with points on Nottingham, but with a 4-goal differential between -19, -15. And Tottenham is sitting with 30 points, one above. At one point after the Forest game ended, they were showing the standings, and all three teams were level on points.
Jesus
and then
Christ.
Richarlison decided, we're going to change that.
I couldn't believe he scored that goal.
I can't believe his back tattoo.
Well, he's not going to let us forget it for like the next 5 years because
No.
Richarlison's just going to go on social media and say, "Hey, remember that time I saved Spurs?" That's all he's going to do.
Yeah,
Especially
the
if
way
they
that
fail.
the way that they were treating that goal, they were treating it like they were saved and unlike. We still got a few more games left.
What do we still have?
chill.
8 games?
Yeah.
Don't
Still-
celebrate anything. Do not celebrate anything. That's how it should.
I
always
really do think that Tottenham's going to be safe. I really do. But
I mean, if they could if they can get a full win over Nottingham this weekend, that would go a long way.
Oh yeah.
in
We got
separation.
I mean, this is
a
a
relegation 6-pointer.
I was just about to say relegation 6-pointer.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys are optimistic. I'm not. You know what I mean?
It's okay.
just
You can
seems
play
too
the Patrick
unlikely to
card if
happen.
you want.
No, I mean, hey, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
But it's just beyond comprehension for me for Tottenham to actually get relegated. It's wild enough that for the second consecutive season they're in the conversation. I thought last year was just kind of an aberration for both them and Man United.
The seismic event that will happen if that was to take place in English Premier League, to see a club of that level get relegated. Bless you, or yawning. I don't know which one it was, but you know what I mean. I'm with you, homie. I've been yawning like crazy.
Oh.
I cannot. It's not calculating right now. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Oh, I feel like we haven't had this big of a relegation since Leeds, maybe, in the Premier League.
Yeah, but Leeds is. I don't consider Leeds because they've been relegated before a couple of times.
Yeah, and Leeds' heyday was like way before.
Yeah,
I started watching. To be fair,
yeah, Leeds was a huge club in the 90s.
Yeah,
more so than now. I was trying to think of another big club. I would have said West Ham the first time when they went down. That was a pretty big team to go down. I remember when that happened. I was like,
Newcastle.
"There's no way in the world." What's that?
Newcastle, maybe.
Newcastle is probably the biggest. I'd say that's probably the biggest one.
That's massive.
Yeah, I mean, Newcastle going down. I couldn't believe that, but I think both teams. I think both in Newcastle and in West Ham's, both of their cases, they came back up at the first time of asking.
Yes.
So, which is not easy to do. I don't care how big.
Yeah, it's not like Sunderland when they went down and then got relegated twice.
Which is all the more impressive that they built up a way to get back up in the manner they did. That can take generations sometimes.
But I will say this, Ed, if Tottenham do go down, it's still not probably the biggest relegation of a club. Because that belongs to River Plate in Argentina back in 2010. If River Plate going down in Argentina is it's like Arsenal going down in England.
Gotcha.
So nothing's ever going to compare to that, in my opinion.
I'll say this. I don't know if it's a bad thing for them to go down. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but now it shows you get your shit together, get your house in order. You know what I'm saying?
If you're a fan of blowing up the system, then yes, it is not a bad thing to go down because that's pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Also, you're this low in to relegation that you should blow up the system right now. Like you should clean house and you should start fresh new and go forward, because right now what you have is not good. You know what I mean? So, by the way, this Italy team, Jesus, are they good?
There's pretty much major leaguers at every position.
Yeah.
I don't know, but nearly every position at least.
And they're hopped up on espresso, which is completely dangerous. So I mean, like they're amped, they're ready.
They sure as hell were ready for Puerto Rico.
So let's talk about. We're going to hop on the championship side for a minute. So I talked about earlier. Everyone is touting about Tottenham going down, but there's one certain team, and I have seen this from a few of the accounts I've been looking at. So it's not just something that I'm being biased towards. That are really kind of concerned about a certain team going up. Do you want to take a guess what that team is? Patrick, you don't be sure to know the answer.
Let me take a look at the.
You're concerned about whether they will or that
They will. That they will be promoted.
Middlesbrough?
Not Middlesbrough.
Millwall?
Millwall.
Really?
Millwall, if you're not aware of Millwall has probably some of the don't know what the best way to put this, some terrible fans. So any sort of recent history with hooliganism you hear from England is most likely from them.
Really?
Millwall West Ham derby tends to be one of the more violent derbies out of probably one of the most violent ones in Premier League for sure on that level. I don't know how it compares internationally, but there's always been problems there. But they were sitting at one point. They were up on Middlesbrough with points because of Middlesbrough tied somebody. They drew, was it Bristol City or Stoke? Bristol City. They drew Bristol City. Millwall actually had the lead going into their game. They beat Derby County 1-0, but then why can I not find their other game? Probably one of the bigger surprises of the championship season, in my opinion. Millwall loses at the Den to Blackburn Rovers 2-1. Yeah. Now, Millwall did have a red card. Did have a player sent off, but still, Blackburn's fighting for their lives right now. They did get a brace for Jorgensen in the 80th minute for that. So great win for Blackburn, who's still in the relegation battle. But right now,
I just saw Leicester City still down there.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. But for the top spot there, Coventry is sitting at 77, Middlesbrough at 70. And then our four playoff teams, if this stops today, Ipswich Town and Millwall both at 68. Ipswich have a goal differential advantage. Hull City at 63. And Wrexham still there at 60.
How much of a point cushion does Wrexham have below?
Their next team is Southampton and Derby at 57 points. So only a 3-point cushion.
Far from comfortable for Wrexham.
Well, Millwall and Ipswich Town play this weekend too, so that could, depending on whether it's a draw or a win for either.
Come on, Ipswich.
Ipswich did have a 2-0 victory over Sheffield Wednesday at Sheffield. Hull had a abysmal game at West Bromwich Albion, losing 3-0. Losing Charlie Hughes in the 35th minute, so that was pretty much done from there.
Wish they'd done that against Wrexham.
Right? They wish they did too. But I want to talk about the relegation side because we're talking about Leicester City, of course, being at 38. But Patrick, because of you, I have been focusing on the championship relegation because I am really thinking Oxford United's going to make it out of this.
It's the hope that kills you. It's the hope that kills you.
Well, hold on, because they're only 1 point away from West Bromwich, right? So they're not.
And Portsmouth.
You're right,
yeah.
And Portsmouth.
Who lost today to Derby County.
You what?
Who lost today to Derby County.
Who did Portsmouth? Portsmouth. I think they can do it. It's just a matter of, it's going to come down to the last game of the season. I firmly believe that. That's the way this has the makings of like a final day drama, like a final, not a deadline day, but like a final day of the season drama that it's going to come down to one team, everyone's playing, and then we're going to get to full time. You don't think so?
for your sake, it better not come down to the last game of the season.
Because does Oxford have Coventry to end the season?
Nope. Worse.
What, Millwall?
Millwall.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
No, I think we talked about that 2 weeks ago.
They're playing at the Den.
I forgot about that.
For their last game. Now, unless Millwall has promotion, has that second spot shored up. We did talk about this, Donnie. I remember that. Yeah, unless Millwall has that second spot shored up by then, they're going to be playing for. There's a good chance they're playing for an automatic promotion.
Wrong Portsmouth, Mike. Wrong Portsmouth. Now Portsmouth, Ohio.
But in if you want to jump on and pick an English championship team,
you should. That should be the
Portsmouth
team right
should be your team. That's a given.
Yeah. Well, Holsinger needs to support Portsmouth when Harry Redknapp was there with Nico Cranshaw.
Oh, back when they were in Premier. I miss Premier League Portsmouth.
I'm going to tell you, it's going to be difficult.
It's like Harry Redknapp's in the building with us.
It's good. Good accent. I like it.
No, he's like, and Nico Cranshaw is absolutely fantastic. He was fantastic.
So looking at Oxford United's last 8 games, 5 of them are against teams that are either in the playoff promotion spots or 3 points away from the promotion spots. So not a good look.
I repeat, it's the hope that kills you.
Yep. After seeing that, but they also have Portsmouth at home, or Portsmouth away, and Sheffield Wednesday. So, we'll see how they do. They have stolen points from teams before that have surprised me. So I'm not going to rule them out.
It's the ironic part is I think their former manager is now the boss at Leicester, Gary Rowett.
Oh, that's right.
Gary Rowett was just at Oxford, and he got sacked earlier in the season, and now he's at Leicester. Go figure. I have a sneaky suspicion West Brom's going to find their way out of it because they've sacked enough managers to try to be desperate enough to do it. So I think West Brom's on like their 3rd manager of the season, if not 4th. So yeah,
they got a great win against Tyneside Hull, but I don't know. I'm still let me see what West Brom have up next. They got Bristol City away.
That's not an easy fixture.
They got Wrexham. They've got Preston, Watford. No, they end. Oh. Do you want to guess who they end with?
Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday.
That's West Brom, Club.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, they're going to be celebrating.
Breaking news, boys.
Got a Pompey supporter now.
Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
I go with Pompey.
Yep.
I go with Pompey.
Oh man, that's. But yeah, that's. I feel so bad for Oxford after looking at that now.
It's been nice having championship football at the Kassam Stadium.
But we'll see what happens with that. No, that's it for champions.
Do they only play on Wednesday? That's actually what I was thinking, Holsinger. I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, I like that team because they are named after the day of the week.
Let's see. Now we're done with England for a minute. We do have to go to Germany though to talk about a certain Bundesliga game that a certain team got super lucky in and should have lost if it wasn't for a VAR ruling. Bayern Munich goes into Bayer Leverkusen and gets a 1-1 draw. Bayern Munich pulls a double Chelsea and has 2 red cards and still somehow gets a point out of this game after a Leverkusen goal gets called off by VAR due to offside.
Was it the correct decision? I didn't even see it.
I mean, I don't really challenge VAR rulings because they have it like, they have like the line and they'll show that his pinky toe, his right metatarsal was off the line. So yeah, I can't dispute that.
I could see his breath, and his breath was like a millimeter in front of the
Yeah,
last.
and then that's it. That's decided. It's decided.
I love JJ Watt's take on this that I sent you guys that video of. Like, this was not created to make decisions on a millimeter of a toenail. It's like, come on, it's clear and obvious. We hear that term in other sports. It's like, come on.
The fact that you have like a lot of football fans, or like actual like American football fans, I shouldn't say actual, like American football fans, like it's so invested in soccer. It's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're starting to see both ways. Like you're starting to
Oh,
see
yeah.
Europe increasingly take on the NFL. There was already a market there, but
Oh, shout
see
out
that being
to
taken on.
Los Toros, my football club, my American football team, the Toros de Madrid.
Yeah,
They ceased operations.
See, I was about to ask if they lost a game or they folded, but I couldn't tell from your reaction. But man, that's the problem with following some of these leagues. Sometimes, like
You folded.
you don't get attached.
it's the
You
hope that
can't. You
kills
can't
you.
get attached.
It's the hope that kills you.
Exactly.
100%. I was like, I'm excited because like it's in Spain, like I mean, I got
Yeah.
Spanish blood and all that. So I'm like, all right, I'm supporting this and bye.
You could just
By the
support the
way-
Toledo Rockets and just assume they're Toledo, Spain.
That's a Mac school. We don't do that.
I tried.
Kent State, all the way, baby. Can't read, can't write. Kent State.
Golden flashes.
That's right. As I'm looking at my degree right out there. That's right.
The degree.
Listen, you know what? The one thing that they don't see, they don't show on the degree,
What's
your
that?
GPA. A doctor's a doctor, no matter what. So, just saying.
No, I didn't mean D as in the grade D, but like
I was a C student, bro. Oh,
no,
my
I always
God.
say, hey, I got me one of them degrees.
Yeah, no. I was a C student, bro.
Well, I was about to say, you know what I said. I went the C stands for. I went to where the C stands for quality.
Yeah, you're right. So,
I'm not going to say what my grades were in college because I don't want to seem, overachieving.
Oh, you
but
were a straight A student.
I will say I am not a straight A student. I will say that.
Fine,
Oh,
you were a straight B
all-
student.
Sorry, all A pluses. I'm so sorry.
Right.
I forgot about
AP
the plus.
courses.
No, I will say I never got a C in college.
What?
Never got a C in college.
Dude, that's all I got.
Neither did I. I will admit to that.
This is how bad I had to bust my ass. I started first semester with a 1.6.
Brother.
I had to have at least a 2.4 to stay in school at the second semester, and I made a 2.4, a little over a 2.4 to keep going, and I
All right.
pulled it all the way up to a 3 by the time I graduated.
for you.
Hold my beer.
I was going to ask if that was your GPA or your blood alcohol content at the time.
Oh no, I didn't drink in college.
So
We didn't really eat much either. But I know what you guys are asking yourself.
real quick, hold on, real quick. I
Okay.
gotta give you so I went to Kent twice. Okay.
Because you couldn't write and you couldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, got it.
The first time I got kicked out of school academically. Do you guys want to know what my GPA was?
A 1.
Lower.
Oh,
0.5.
0.75.
well, it's under the
I-
legal limit.
I'm a preacher's kid, so automatically preacher's kid. He was let out into the world, right?
I got to do it.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Can't
And-
write. 3. Can't stay. Can't stay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
go.
was gonna say.
And yeah,
So,
that was my
BAC
first time around.
So I was gonna say, because I know for some people, like BAC doesn't necessarily mean their grades and doesn't necessarily mean the grades in their first 3 classes.
No, brother. Let
That's
me
actually
tell you.
that's actually for one class, partying
Yeah.
101.
Yeah, brother party. And I
No,
learned
I
my
was
lesson.
the-
I went back.
I was the bookworm, and that's how I look at it. Like I had a friend who will go unnamed that it was a similar situation. I think he had like a 0.4 GPA or something like
I
that,
thought I was low.
and he. Let's put it this way.
Oh, he just took a fastball straight to the mask. Oh, dude.
The umpire?
Yeah.
Cool.
Is he okay?
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Yeah,
The
the catcher's checking on him.
Yeah, catcher was looking for something low outside, and that ball just ran straight up. And by the time he got his glove up, it was too
Oof.
late. It went square between the eyes.
Oof. You wonder how much a mask is going to help in that case.
I'll say this: I've worn those. They help, not much. Like you still get rung up.
Hey,
Well, I was going to say, like, if you're wearing that though, and you're getting like a 90 plus mile an hour pitch, you could still easily get concussed.
So what
Oh,
happened to the era of the hockey masks? Remember that in the 90s, and
Mm-hmm.
even the umpires were doing them.
Some umpires do it. The umpire last
Yeah,
night did it. He should have worn glasses with it, but whatever, you know.
But it was a legit like across the board thing. Now you see a few here and there, but not very much anymore.
There was a Blue Jays catcher. He was only there a couple of years, but Charlie O'Brien used to be famous. Charlie O'Brien used to be famous for them. I mean,
Who was the first player that you ever noticed wearing the hockey mask?
For me, it might have been him.
Charlie O'Brien is probably the first one I think of.
Because I thought it was like a Maple Leafs hockey mask that he grabbed.
Yeah,
for me it was Yadi Molina.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot Yachty had that. Yeah.
Well, Charlie O'Brien was like 96, 97 or so.
That's like when the era of all those guys, because they had the dangling throat protector and it wasn't enough, so they got the hockey mask because it came down further to protect their throat, and now that's like not a big thing.
In fact, there was one of the upper deck trading card sets had like an insert set or like a parallel set that was like masked something.
Yeah.
It was Masked Marauders or something like that, and then Charlie O'Brien was one of the people they put on there, and it was just showing his head. Like, it wasn't anything special other than just like it had Maple Leafs on it and it had the Blue Jays, but it was his own design. And remembering Charlie O'Brien, he probably had a guy do it for him. I mean, that's just the kind of player he was.
Yeah.
Yo, this picture's all over the place. Hot damn.
Yes.
What's the score right now?
2-1 Italy.
2-1 Italy.
Yeah. Sorry, Ed was talking about his college career, and I sidetracked us there. But I saw that go right straight in his mask, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he confused a catcher there for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, sorry, Mr. Producer.
Sorry, okay, get back to Bundesliga.
Oh, do you have any more story, Ed?
No, I don't want to say anymore. I'm good.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm serious. I want to hear the rest of it.
No, so I definitely, for sure. Oh my god, I got so kicked out. I got drunk every fucking night. So listen to this. I got one for you. All right. So back in Cleveland, it's called the Flats, right? Like there was the East Flat and then the West Flats, right? And then you go down there to party. In Kent, you're like an hour away, bro. Like you're an hour away. First of all, shouldn't have been driving. Don't condone this, guys. Don't do this. Don't do what I did. All right. So it was a whole bunch of us, and then apparently I was the sober-ish one.
Ish.
Yeah. Not at all. Got drunk as a skunk. Okay. And got high as a kite. And we went to the club, right? I was supposed to meet my girlfriend at that time. And apparently the dumbass, her, was driving through like the flats and everything on a convertible. And first of all, there's undercover cops everywhere. Like it's college night. You know what I mean? Thursday night. You don't do nothing stupid. Top down, beer all over the place. Right. And so they're like, I got a text, on my flip phone. And they're like, not gonna make it. I'm like, cool, whatever. So we go in and everything, but then I'm in line, and then one of my buddies goes like, hey man, your dad's here looking for you.
Oh,
he wasn't.
Oh, he's just messing with you. Okay.
He was messing with me, but I went on a freak. I just freaked out. I was like this the whole time. You know what I'm saying? That's when I said, I never again. I'm going to combine both. Never again. And I was like, I don't remember driving back home. Yeah. So, by the grace of God.
That's scary. Yeah, that's scary.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah. Kids, don't do that. Okay. Adults, don't do that.
Right. Nobody do it.
Do what I did. Go to 4 years of college and work and let your friends go out and party while you work and make money.
Yeah, don't do that either.
Don't do that either. That's boring.
Yeah, don't do that either. Like, don't be boring.
I did
Party.
miss out on
I
a
mean,
lot. I did
yeah.
miss out.
I mean, if you want to be a multi-trillionaire, you can do it the way Donnie did it.
If you want to have your own, compound, yeah, do what Donnie did, and then party later as an
Yeah.
adult.
Yeah, And then
Donnie, to be fair, I was on the same path as you. I already had like a government job, working and going to school and all that. I didn't do any of the partying. So
Well, I had Domino's. It wasn't a government job, but
well,
it was.
I
it was.
didn't have a. Go ahead, Donnie. I'm sorry.
It was a stressful job because I did Domino's when if you didn't get there in 30 minutes, it was free, and I took that as a personal challenge. It wasn't my money, it wasn't my pizzas, but I was like, nope, not going to be on my record.
Did you own Domino's at the time?
No.
So you said 30 minutes or less. 30 as a 3 and a 0. Just like Kaiserslautern score this weekend over Karlsruhe. 3-0.
That's how you bring it back.
I was looking for something. Okay.
What's up, Mark?
Hey,
What up, Mark?
So like I said, they're out of promotion spots, but great win for Kaiserslautern against in the Southwestern Derby. So, Patrick, I do need to talk about this real quick because I have brought it up before. We're going to go back to Scotland for a minute because we are down to the last 5 games. And I keep on talking about that there's a possibility of a new champion in the Scottish League that is not Celtic and not Rangers since 1984, and that is Hearts of Midlothian. They are now only 2 points clear from Celtic after losing to Falkirk. Was it Falkirk or Kilmarnock? I think it was Falkirk. Losing yesterday and Celtic winning. Celtic is now in striking distance of them. So Hearts does have a favorable schedule going into the last few games, but they have to hold on for those happens. I think they cannot afford a draw. They cannot afford a loss if they want to win the championship.
I agree. I think they almost have to be perfect to going into the run-in to win it. And Mark, I apologize in advance if you're a Rangers and/or Celtic supporter, not a Rangers or Celtic supporter. Excuse me. But I would love to see Hearts win this, just to switch things up.
It's good for the league.
It is good for the league. I think so, at least. And so I hope that Hearts can hold on because I think they've been the most consistent team this season, and I can't believe that Celtic is within striking distance like they are. Martin O'Neill, regardless of what happens, Martin O'Neill is the reason that they're there. After they survived that disaster with Wilfred Nancy. Yeah. So I hope Hearts win. I hope Hearts finds a way to win it though. And that'd be good.
Yeah, here's hoping, but we'll find out. But only other soccer talk about. Mr. Profit's team, Luanda City, wins 2-1 against Cobbles Corp. So now they're saying a pretty nice mid-table in the Angolan Garibaldi League.
And didn't you say they'd won 4 in a row?
They've had 4.
Or
they've
not
been
wins.
unbeaten in 4. Unbeaten in
Gotcha.
4. Yes.
Stop trying to hit home runs. Hit singles, you morons.
Well, in soccer, you can't really hit singles. It's either a ball or not.
Sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry. It's just idiots.
Donnie, you don't have your notes for MLS and USL that you said you want to have. So since we got 15 minutes left, we're going to transition to, unless you have something on that you remember.
No, the MLS season's just getting going. I mean, Charlotte FC, they're like 1-2-1 so far. The USL and USL League One are just, I think they're only like a match in right now. But keeping an eye on Charleston Battery, Greenville Triumph, and then Charlotte Independence, because all 3 of those seem like pretty cool teams. So I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on all 3 of those.
Yeah.
Really quick, I'll do a little bit of F1. Couple of races that have been eliminated due to the war. So Saudi Arabia lost their race. So and they are not going to make it up. So it's just they just canceled it altogether. So
Mhm.
that's crazy to think that the way that things are going right now in the world, and they're not able to go obviously for obvious reasons, right? Safety concerns. It's just not you cannot guarantee anybody's safety right now at that point
Right.
with an event such like that. Like that draws so many people that it is understandable to say, guys, we want to go there, we want to, but we just can't, for safety reasons.
What's this? What is all the political instability? And I'm not saying this to try to get into a political debate or anything. I'm just talking purely from an F1 standpoint. What's this going to do to the F1 season with all this political instability or uncertainty? Maybe instability or uncertainty. I don't know what the best word would
That's the
be.
thing, though. So
And I'm
some
asking
of
'cause I
these
don't know.
some of these tracks have multi-year contracts, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, multi-year
Yeah.
contract. For example, with Saudi Arabia, like that's the last race of the season. Like that's usually where the championship happens at the end of
Right.
the year, and so now you don't have that, and so that's going to be interesting to see if it goes on into next year, right? With the instability of
Yeah.
what's going on with the political instability, like you said, and so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I guess I'm
it's
wondering with the F1 championship, like, like the series, like to see who wins, which driver wins. I mean,
well,
like, how are you
they'll just
gonna?
remove. Yeah, you're still going to do the points. You just won't count those points for
Yeah.
championship. It'll be a condensed schedule for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, if that happened, if that's the case, does someone get an asterisk next to their name
they
for
shouldn't.
winning? They shouldn't either, since it's not. I agree because it doesn't have anything to do
Yeah.
with them.
No, I don't think they will. I don't think. I think F1 is pretty stable to say, no, we're good.
Okay.
They should be in good shape. And by
Yeah.
then, by like there's usually because there's only I think it's like 2 or 3 races that like I think they've canceled altogether. So usually, with a couple of races remaining, you already know who your constructors champions is, and then who's going to be your championship. Your champion usually by like 1 or 2 races left. So last year was a little bit of a rarity because Max Verstappen the year before won it handily.
Mhm.
This year, McLaren both won the championship and the constructor, so it's going to be like
Wasn't this the
almost
year
at the
that
end.
Verstappen complain about like where he finished or whatever it was? Okay.
He always complains where he
Well, I was gonna
finishes.
say he didn't win the champion. He didn't win the most recent one, right?
He did not. No, he didn't win last year. No,
Okay. It's always
no.
weird to see someone other than Verstappen or Lewis Hamilton, who I know has not been good probably the last 5 years.
Well, Lewis
But
Hamilton for Lewis Hamilton is because he went to Ferrari,
Ferrari.
right? And is his first year there. Like you still, everybody wants to like when they're almost at the end of their career, they're say, hey, I want to go race for Ferrari. I want to get at least 1 year with Ferrari and everything. Obviously, Lewis Hamilton still has a lot to prove. He's a really good driver, so I don't think he's going to go down in a way which it did last year because it was a bad year.
Yeah.
Now this year so far, you have 3 races already, 2 races. You have Australia and Chinese race, right? So you got George Russell at the top, Kimi Antonelli, Charles Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton at number 4, right? Max is only with 8 points, and he is 8th.
I feel so bad.
Huh?
Feel so bad.
Well, I feel horrible for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope that came off as genuine.
Yeah. So Carlos Sainz is a good driver, but he's with a mid field team, so he's always going to be somewhere in the middle.
At first, I thought you were going to say former Oakland, like when they were still Oakland, the Oakland A Olmedo signs.
No. So, but George Russell, Kimi Antonelli, that's Mercedes. That's Mercedes right there. Charles Leclerc and then Lewis Hamilton, that's both Ferrari right there.
Yeah.
So you got the top 4 teams are Ferrari.
Yeah.
Lando Norris, who won the championship last year, he's in 6th place.
Ooh.
So again, it's still early, right? McLaren is a really good club, so you should be in good shape there. So I'm very excited to see what Lewis Hamilton can do this year.
Is McLaren where the former Red Bull guy went?
Say that again.
Where did the former Red Bull team director go?
He's nowhere right now.
Oh, was he? I thought he signed somewhere.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He's when he was fired last year.
Yeah.
No, he's looking to become an owner.
Smart.
You know, he has a ton of money, and so
Donnie, how many calls have you gotten?
0.
Not yet, right? That's crazy.
Not yet.
Well,
Oh,
did
sorry,
you guys?
that's a Wednesday call.
Did you guys see Conan O'Brien or hear Conan O'Brien's best Patrick Larson impersonation last night on the Oscars?
Mm-mm.
Was he stuttering?
No, he was talking about because F1, the movie, won an Oscar for sound.
Oh, okay.
And he said, "Did y'all hear that there's going to be a sequel to F1? It's going to be called All Caps."
Mm. Mm.
And that was just classic Patrick Larson material right there. I thought you might have even wrote that joke for Conan O'Brien. To be honest with you,
Hey, Mark, I'm not against it. I'm not a
Neither
circle.
concern nor
I'm not
deny.
Mark, I'm not an oval person, so I don't like races that are oval. That's why I'm not a fan of NASCAR at all, or any of the IndyCar series that they do in oval. I hate them. Absolutely, I think they're boring as all shit. Quarter mile to see that. That's a little, some funny cars. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
These drivers.
Ed is a Surrey Brown Cap supporter in cricket. I can't believe you're talking such trash about the oval. Oh, sorry, wrong oval.
Sport. Wrong oval. Wrong sport.
And if Lewis Hamilton's a cucumber and he gets drunk, does that make him a pickle?
Here we go. We just entered that time of the year, that time of the night.
We're down to the wire. I figured I'd throw some little Patricks at you.
NASCAR, very dizzy. I can't stand NASCAR.
Hope Beeson's not here to hear you say that.
But if you say, give me I'll watch NASCAR on a street course.
Yeah, the road courses. Yeah.
Those are fun.
The road courses, those are pretty good.
Yeah, but there's only one like a year, Phil, which is stupid.
Yeah.
They should have more of those.
You're
driving Mustangs and Camrys and all that. Like, and you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go in a circle.
Well,
he probably likes a pickle.
Well,
I mean, anyways, there's flag football.
Yeah,
Did you know there's a competition for flag football?
Yes.
Yes.
Brady.
I was gonna say, Virgil, did you want to swing back before to the end of the show here to the NIT about what you brought up at the beginning of the show?
Yes. So I teased earlier on the NIT. First off, before the NIT, before we get to that, I want to talk about the NIT for a minute. So of course, they dropped the automatic qualifiers for teams that win their regular season, but not their conference tournament. They did that to try to get more Power 4 teams into the tournament. Do you guys want to guess how many Power 4 teams are in the NIT this year?
What's the field in the NIT?
I mean, I've looked at the bracket, but I didn't count them as I looked at it. So I'm not. I mean, I know there's a couple.
This is out of 32 teams.
I will
18.
say 5.
It's 5.
16.
4.
4. Okay.
Damn.
You have Auburn, Wake Forest,
Losers,
California, and Oklahoma State.
Wow. So 3 ACC teams.
Auburn doesn't deserve to be there.
ACC.
I mean, no, excuse me. 2 ACC, SEC, and a Big 12. Sorry.
Yes. So that is true. And of course, now I listened to Breakfast Takes, and apparently I missed that. Apparently there's a team that is both in the NIT and the
That was my fault.
Tournament.
My fault. I called it out. I said my fault.
I was
I was-
pretty sure he was wrong, but I didn't want to
You can correct me. I know when I'm
Wait,
wrong. I
which
called myself
team-
out.
No, I said which
UNC
team did you say?
Wilmington.
He said UNC Wilmington.
UNC Wilmington.
I was listening to
They're
the
in
show.
the
and I was
tournament,
like,
right? They're in the
they're in
tournament.
NIT.
NIT.
Okay.
I thought they were in the tournament, but I'm like, nope, I'm wrong. It was Queens that was in the tournament, and then UNC Wilmington is in the NIT.
I was sitting back
Don
listening,
did.
and I'm like, "Oh man, I hope he corrects it. I hope he
Which
corrects
I
it.
did.
If he doesn't, I'm
He
going
did.
to fix it for him so badly."
Which I did. I corrected myself.
But
Donnie, do they get to play as Queens or do they have to change it to Elon?
No, they play as Queens.
Because isn't it the end? Isn't it starting like next academic year? They're merging with Elon.
Yes.
Yeah, but we discussed where did we discuss that they might still keep the sports teams separate.
Monday,
Really?
last
Monday,
Monday,
yeah,
Monday.
last
there's
Monday night.
rumors
Yeah, you
floating
and I did.
around. I don't know how much of that's actually true or not, but that's I've been hearing
Yeah,
things like that.
I thought we had. You and I did talk about that last
Yeah.
Monday.
Which I don't know. I don't know what the legality of that is. It's probably a mess in there.
That's just a lot of.
And then we talked about how Elon and Queens are not even by each other. So it's like, how's that
Yeah.
going to work?
Mike, that's good. Mike, that's good.
So earlier, I teased a possible second round matchup that would make Patrick's head explode. So
I know which one it is after looking at the bracket.
After looking at, you know which one it is. In the Tulsa region, we have Tulsa as the 1 seed. We have Oklahoma State as the 2 seed. So they would play the winner of the 3. They would play the 3 seed if both these teams win their games. And the 3rd seed is Wichita State.
Ooh, tasty,
Very.
tasty.
More nerve-wracking was the word I was thinking about. But Oklahoma State first has to beat Davidson. Which, by the way, we always talk about. I know Bruce Pearl's getting a lot of flack about his son coaching Auburn.
Rightfully so.
But Davidson, I mean, that's true. But Davidson's head coach is the son of Bob McCullough, which was the longtime Davidson coach. I did not know that until recently.
Me neither.
I mean, it's not the first time that it's not unprecedented that a coach has handed off the reins to their son.
No.
Who was it?
I don't have an issue with that. I just have an issue with Bruce Pearlman opening his mouth and talking out of his ass.
I think that's the difference here is how he's been about that rather than just keeping his mouth shut and letting his son.
The point I was trying to get across was
not
that
helping
the
his son.
situation is not a normal. It's a normal thing. It's not It's not weird. His father is definitely not doing him any favors. Props to Auburn for actually, going to the NIT. There's a lot of teams that did not take the invitations. Looking at you, Virginia Tech, Oklahoma, Indiana,
Florida State,
and Florida State. A bunch of cowards, if you ask me. Even UC Davis.
Wait, UC Davis didn't accept theirs either?
Well, they would actually have to be good to accept theirs.
they had to be good enough to get an invitation.
That's kind of the problem there.
Oh,
So props for them for that. And of course, NIT does start tomorrow. So we have a lot of interesting sports going on. We got the first 4 in Dayton going on tomorrow. We've got the start of the NIT going on tomorrow. And then we have the finals of the World Baseball Classic.
No CBI?
No, CBI is gone. So that means the DHCBI watch I was going to do is not part of it.
It's gone. Okay, bye.
So,
well, and I brought up this morning, I just wanted to reiterate here, the women's tournament has Clemson's women scheduled to play against Southern Cal, USC, and the winner of that team takes on the fake USC South Carolina Gamecock women. So it could be Clemson USC versus Clemson USC in back-to-back games, or it could be USC versus USC.
I don't remember
the real one wins or not.
I don't remember Clemson versus USC, but I do remember Clemson versus Cal.
Yeah, exactly.
On the same trip that we saw the San Jose Sharks.
Yep.
And the San Francisco Giants.
it's almost like you forgot all about all those games or something.
I know, right?
I know, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to call it a night here since Ed pulled out a weapon. Blunt weapon he's probably going to hit us with for going too long.
I would never do such a thing.
NBC.
So please join us for tomorrow as we go over World Baseball Classic finals. We'll be going over the NCAA tournament rankings with Profit, because I know he'll probably want to have some opinions on that. And then we have some new identities to also go over. One that I really, really like. We'll find out which one later. What the hell was that? Oh, well. I'll find out later. Maybe somebody.
What the hell?
We'll see what that is. So thank you all for joining us. We'll be
Thanks,
on-
Mark, for hopping in late here.
Thank you
Mark,
for-
you're the man, bro.
I was gonna say, what do he mean? Do you need the kid just to pick up your drink? Was it me picking this up?
Thank you for joining us.
Probably.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Deuces.
All right.